Every day, in every way, I wake in joy. And we know something about the stars now. Every leaf on earth already knows. Every beast that flies or stays or goes. We're from a universe of branches. We're from a universe of branches. Ah, ah, ah. I wake in love. I wake in love. Every day, in every way, I wake in love. And we know something about the stars now. Every leaf on earth already knows. Every beast that flies or stays or goes. We're from a universe of branches. We're from a universe of branches. Ah, 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 ah. Take the time you need. Take the time. You know when I wake in joy. I wake in joy. Every day, in every way, I wake in joy. Awaken me, awaken me. Every day, in every way, awaken me. And we know something about the stars now. Every leaf on earth already knows. Every beast that flies or stays or goes. We're from a universe of branches. 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 Ah, 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 ah. I wake in joy. I wake in joy. Every day, in every way, I wake in joy. And we know something about the stars now. Every leaf on earth already knows. Every beast that flies or stays or goes. We're from a universe of branches. We're from a universe of branches. Ah, ah, ah. I wake in love. I wake in love. Every day, in every way, I wake in love. And we know something about the stars now. We're from a universe of branches. Ah, 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 ah. Take the time you need. Take the time. You know when I wake in joy. I wake in joy every day, in every way. I wake in joy. Awaken me. Awaken.
Good morning and welcome to Columbine Spiritual Center. We're centered in God. We celebrate a world of harmony, peace, and abundance for all. Welcome to everybody here. Welcome to everybody online. And we have Laura and John and Stephen and our Columbine singers, Dave, Janelle, and Tom. So stand up for our joy song.
Good morning, Columbine. Sing. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. What? My God is so good to me. Feeling good, yeah. Feeling
time to bring the children up. We've got Jeannie's back. We got Jeannie and Annalisa, and all the kids can come on up.
Little faces, all the pretty faces, walking down the aisle, walking down the aisle. Kiddos, we love you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, kiddos. This morning, I'm really excited for the rest of the month. Downstairs, for the rest of March, we will be exploring Columbine's theme of the year, which is possibility. And all the angles of possibility. What's possible? What can we dream for ourselves next week for Columbine and all that that entails? March 29th is going to be a fun singing Sunday. The kiddos will be singing a couple songs upstairs. We have to rehearse at 10:30 with the band. So if you want to do that, please let me know. And is there anything else, any other events?
We have a featured family this morning. We're super excited. So I'm going to just pass the mic over, and if you guys can just introduce yourselves. And don't worry if we have a runaway.
Good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. I am Megan. This is Daniel Stone. This is our oldest son, Cedar, and our youngest is Carter. Kind of bundled up in here. We started coming here about a month before he was born, and he's almost 3 months. So we've been here about 4 months now. And I grew up in the town of Netherland, and I've driven past this location for many years and just have never come. So I'm really happy to be here now. Our friend Alinka invited us originally, so I'm a massage therapist, and my husband's an arborist, and we live in Louisville. Happy to be here.
Okay, you can bless us out. Thank you so much.
We're going to do a new song. I think it's new to Columbine. It's an Eddie Watkins song. You and me, stand and sing with us. 1, 2, 3. We are just one life, aren't we? Here we go. One life living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. So happy. I just wanna shout. One life living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just wanna shout. Life nice, you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. 'Cause God is all there is. 'Cause God is all there is.
Okay, so we invite you to settle your minds, open your hearts as we listen to another beautiful song by Laura and John and Stephen, and then prayer will be led and meditation will be led by Christy Coates, our prayer chaplain.
me shine with the light of God within me. I am who I am 'cause of the God within me. Everything, oh, praises God. Everything, praises God. Everything, praises the love within me. Oh, everything praises God. Everything, every heart, oh, praises God, praises God. Everything is God. I praise God in me.
As those beautiful words, God is within me, sink in. We're in this space. We now move into a time of prayer. If you feel so inclined, you can close your eyes and allow your mind to still and just sink in to that still, quiet place of our heart where love resides within us. God resides within us. Oh, sweet Spirit, how grateful we are today to come together in this beloved community. For we know that God is not only inside each of us, we are each divine, we are each human, but we are each divine. This God, this ineffable energy of the universe that is love, resides within us as a beloved community. We feel the compassion of love. We act from love. We know, we have faith that love is all there is. And sometimes, perhaps our humanness seems to get in the way, and what's fair, or what's right, or what's best for me. But we know at any time we can turn from that, switch off the ego, switch off that little me, and move into our divinity where love is all there is. Where we act, where we breathe, where we live from love. As a community, as individuals, we can and will live from love. And this is how we are able to be compassionate in the face of non-compassion. This is how we can love when somebody has attempted to hurt our feelings or done it inadvertently, because we switch over from our limited human self into our expansive divine self, where love is all there is. Thank you, sweet Spirit, for bringing us here today and living inside of each of us, living inside this wonderful community and being present in the total universe. there is only love. And so it is. Amen. And now we move into a time of quiet, silent meditation.
See, the thing about envy in me comes out of nowhere, hits so hard I can hardly breathe. In the middle of the night when I need sleep, you see, that's the thing about envy. Yeah, the thing about angry in me, I'm strong and I'm down on my knees. I scream when the silence should speak. You see, that's the thing about angry. But love lifts you up. I know it's hard sometimes to see it, but it does. keep making. When you feel your heart is done with all its breaking, and all the second chances you keep taking, let it be love, it's always enough. Love lifts you up. I know it's hard sometimes to see it, but it surely does. Oh, it's the power that will rise up, a well that never dries up, the one and only feeling that you can trust. So let it be first, let it be love, let it be love. It's always enough. Let it be love. Ooh, let it be love.
You got me up here about to cry before I start talking, so thank you. Today, for those of you who don't know, is International Women's Day. Yeah. And for that day, you get a man mansplaining the divine feminine. So I just want to, you said awkward? Yeah. But I think it's important. And I'm feeling emotion right now, so I'm just gonna try to ride the wave of it. The song hit me. It hit me. I'm gonna start off with a quote so I can get my composure. So let's throw that quote out there. It's from Julian of Norwich. And if you don't know Julian, you're missing out. She's a 14th century mystic. And a lot of men would come to sneak over to Julian and be like, yo, tell me what the truth is. And then they would get up and say whatever they had to say. But Julian, Hildegard of Bingen, and many other women mystics and contemplatives throughout history have been extremely transformational in the spiritual life of us folks as humans, and yet ignored. And that's not right. I'll start off by saying that. So here's this quote, and I want you to pay attention to the interesting way she uses words. She says, God is our mother. Then she says, it is characteristic of God to overcome evil with good. And then she says, Jesus Christ, therefore, who himself overcame evil with good, is our true mother. So she used masculine archetype, physical masculine body, to express a divine feminine expression, Jesus as mother, which Jesus also talks about himself as mother in the Bible too, but people don't read that, so they don't know. So it says, and she says, we received our being from him, using masculine terms, and this is where his maternity, again, bringing together this masculine archetype and then this motherly maternity dimension that we don't usually see together, but in reality, all of us embody all of these energies, right? So she is talking about that in this time. And she says, starting again with his maternity, is where his maternity starts. And with it comes the gentle protection and guard of love, which will never cease to surround us. Just as God is our father, so God is also our mother. That's 14th century. And that woman said, you know what? This is what I know. And we still haven't caught up, right? So I'm going to go off script and tell y'all a little story. So when I first went to seminary, I did not know that there were such thing as progressive Christians or unity or any of those things. I went thinking that everybody was the same that I came from, and that they probably were going to kick me out for being too liberal or woo or whatever. I was going prepared to get kicked out, and said I'm not gonna make it long, but I'm just gonna go here and learn what I got to learn. And one of the first classes we had, this woman prayed a prayer that just blew me away. And this is me coming from a place where women weren't allowed to speak up front in church. They weren't allowed to preach. If they ever said anything, they had to do it from the floor. They couldn't even say the announcements. They couldn't say there's a potluck in the fellowship hall from up here. They had to be down on the floor. So I'm hearing this woman giving this praying, and she's talking about embodiment and the tensions of her body and all these other things. And as a black person who sometimes my body is seen first before people connect with the reality of who I am, I was like, wow. And this is a white woman. And I heard her, and I was just like, whoa. It feels like she knows what it's like to be a black guy. And I felt that in my body, and I cried, and I'm more emotional now than I was then. And I was like, what is happening to me? And it turned out that the woman was a trans woman who I had never had a conversation with a trans woman in my life. And I ended up becoming friends with her and talking to her and learning so many things. And I'm going to use this word, and I'll unpack it later. I became pregnant with possibility through my relationship with her. And if we know anything about the process of being pregnant, is that first there's I don't want to do the birds and the bees for y'all. Y'all know how it works. You're implanted, and then things start growing, things get uncomfortable. There's a process of struggle and discomfort, and then eventually there's a time of birth of that possibility. And when it comes, there's nothing you can do to stop it. And so through relationship with her and many other people, I became pregnant with more and more relational possibilities. And so eventually I came to a place within myself where I needed to be in a space where all the possibilities that I had experienced could be held together in one place, which then meant leaving other places. We're tracking, right? So I didn't tell that in the first one, but this was a big and profound thing in me. So the last time we talked, we were talking about liberation for all people, right? And one of the things I pointed out is that when people escaped slavery, they didn't just go and say, hey, I'm free from slavery and I'm glad I'm gonna live in Canada and make some maple syrup and live the rest of my life. They came out boldly in their freedom, and they expressed their freedom boldly, and they also challenged the world to change and to make room for the reality of who they knew themselves to be, and the reality for more of us to be who we can be. Because that's the spirit of abolition. That's the spirit of liberation. If you don't want liberation for someone else, then you haven't received it for yourself. Because once you receive it for yourself, you can't help but want it for other people. And so I want to show an image that my wife took in Bali some years ago. So I've been waiting for about 8 years or more to give a talk called Divine Feminine just because of this picture. We were in Bali, and it was a special prayer day, and they were about to go into this season. I forget what it's called, but they go into like silence, like the whole country. And we were there, so happened to be there around that time. And as you can see in the picture, there's all these people, they're all dressed the same except for this one woman who doesn't feel awkward. She shows up as herself and prays. And I told my wife, at the time my wife was taking pictures, and I was like, that's rude. They're in the middle of their prayer thing. Stop taking pictures. But once she took it, I was like, oh man, this is amazing. And that picture says it all to me. That everyone, not taking anything away from their journey, they are all conforming to the way they're supposed to show up. And there's even one other woman in there who's also dressed pretty much closely to the men. And then this woman who shows up as she is and invites anyone to show up as they are. And that's the power of the divine feminine. Now, I did a poll earlier. I don't think anything is going to change here, but I'll just ask anyway. Is there anyone here who was born without passing through the passage of a woman's body? Nobody? Okay. So, to me, then knowing that we've all passed through the body of a woman, through the spirit and the presence of the feminine and all things, because the divine feminine never went anywhere. We just ignore what's here. But all of us knowing this, Why is the world not conforming to honoring the Spirit in all things? I asked in the preview video, if you were to get on a plane and you saw that it only had one wing, would you fly on that plane? Or somebody said, hey, want to go ride bikes? And you notice that the front tire is not there. And I'm not talking about unicycles unless somebody's going to want to be smart aleck and say unicycle. I mean, one is meant for two wheels, was missing one wheel. Would you ride that bike? Even though in New York, I did see a guy doing that last week. He was doing a wheelie a couple weeks ago. But besides that, you wouldn't. Because the nature of balance is to have these polarities in harmony. And that is the nature of all of us. We all have this in harmony. Whether we embody it in our own lives or whether we embody it through trusted relationship, we all have access to this. And yet it's been denied. And I became very intimate with the awareness to the degree of the harm of this denial being raised by a single mother. I was raised by a single, super intelligent black woman in the South who every day was told that she can't show up as she is. And my mom had a calling, as we say in our tradition, on her life to be a minister. And so did my aunt, who I mentioned died recently. Both of them felt that calling on their lives, but they came from a place where they were like, your place is right there. You cannot come up here. And yet my mom used to try to sneak and go preach at other places. And so there was one instance where she said, hey, Pedro, I got invited to speak many miles away from where we lived on Friday at midnight. And she wanted me to come. And we didn't want to go. My brothers and I were like, we don't want to go. And she was like, come on, I'll take you to Denny's. So we were like, all right, we'll go. So we went. And it was a very charismatic situation, even more so than what I grew up with. Lots of expression. I won't get into the expression, but if you've ever been to one of those places, it was very expressive. But they did allow women to speak. But my mom was like, don't tell your grandmother and don't tell anybody else that I spoke. Because she didn't want to get shunned by our community. But she also wanted to be who she was. That's not fair. What's harmful is I asked my mom, well, if you know, I didn't like that church, I'll say, but I was willing to go. They actually tried to make me get the Holy Spirit and slap me in my forehead, and I didn't go down. So they didn't like me that much. But I would have gone for my mom to be able to be herself. But she couldn't because the system that she was attached to said that she couldn't. And the same thing happened with my aunt, who converted to Islam, many of whom people think like, well, Islam, that's an oppressive religion, yada, yada, yada. But what people don't know about Islam is because of the Prophet Muhammad, they stopped female infanticide because there was female infanticide as a practice. Islam ended that. Islam added that women could initiate divorces, which was not a thing. They could own property, which was not a thing. They could be left inheritances, which was not a thing. So in that time, in the 600s, Islam was very progressive. And for my aunt, she thought is more progressive than what I came from. Things that we don't know. And so she made her path. But I've observed that in trying to become more of who we can be, a lot of times it requires saying no to something. When people decided that they wanted to be free in slavery, they didn't know what freedom was like. They didn't grow up with freedom. They knew what slavery was like, and they knew they didn't want it anymore. So they said, not this. And then they took off. And to the degree that they experienced liberation, then they wanted that same thing for others. That's why Harriet Tubman went back. But then when she went back, she said, hey, you're going to come for freedom with me, but look, there's no turning back. Because once you choose freedom, it's going to take courage, it's going to take commitment, and it's going to take trust. And it's going to be saying no to what you know does not work. And unfortunately, often in life, we can't do that. We try to say yes to this thing and yes to this thing. We can't do that. That's not the way to liberation. But the way that we get around that is when we make this choice, we have community. We have other people who've made that choice who remind us of the hard times of when we make these choices, that we can stick with it, the aspirations that we have of who we can become, even if we don't know what who we're becoming looks like. That's why we have this community. That's why we've taken a survey, and on March 15th, we're going to get together and reimagine. All of these things are part of reminding ourselves of who we are, where we want to go, and how we're going to get there together. But it's not easy sometimes. And there's a lot of reasons why. Some of those reasons are the roles that we get used to playing. Sometimes, and I talk to a lot of men, and I actually have been one for a while, and some of us struggle with these roles of being either provider, protector, or punching back. That's our mindset. And if we can't do those things, we don't know who we are, because the system around us says that this is who we are. And so even when people we love try to express dimensions of who they are, we think, well, who am I going to be if you become somebody else? And then you see this resistance, this manifested in the world that we see right now, the things that are actively happening, the wars, the abuse. We already know what doesn't work. If we say no to that and say yes to something different, with the fullness of who we are, embodying the fullness of who we are, denying none of our gifts, none of our beautiful divine expressions that express themselves in infinite ways, both masculine and feminine, in this form, we don't know what we can create, but we know it's better than this. And we're right now in this season where we're talking about possibilities. Every new thought is one of possibility. A new thought possibility that came to me by way of invitation was this minister named Barbara King. Some of y'all might know her. 6 foot tall black woman. I met her when I was working at the ARE, the Edgar Cayce Foundation. She came and spoke for Easter service. She was the first black woman that I ever met that, besides being 6 foot tall, I looked over, I was like, hello. Besides that, she had become like the first, I think she was like one of the first bishops that was also in New Thought movement. And she blew my mind because she had become all the things that I knew my mom could have been if my mom knew of that possibility. And my mom had actually known about New Thought and hid that from me until I later said some New Thought stuff. And then she's like, oh, well, guess what? And that was another thing that she kept in because she was afraid of changing the system and the harm it might cause. But if she knew she had a community of people there, what could she have done? What could we all do? One of the gifts when I come to places like this, and I've said it before, in this season right now, where the world being what it is, if I was still in my old context and I said the stuff I say now, I would be in trouble. So I'm so glad that we're here, right? Because we have this opportunity to live into these possibilities. We have these opportunities to be able to let go of roles that we thought we had to play. Maybe it came from somebody that we love. When my grandmother died, my mom suddenly converted to Judaism. And I was like surprised when I came back home and I said, oh, we're going to church. And she said, oh, we're going to the synagogue. And I said, the synagogue? And I was like, why are we going to synagogue? And she goes, I'm Jewish. And I was like, when did that happen? And she was like, I've always been Jewish. I was like, news to me. And we went and I said, oh, this must be a phase. So I went with her and then she was like, and I was like, what? How does she know this stuff? But she was only able to let some part of herself go when my grandmother died. And a lot of us do that. There's a lot of parts of who we are that are trying to emerge right now, but we won't let ourselves emerge because of what we think we're going to lose. But we lose ourselves in the process. But when we come out and live as we are, we become invitations of other people to live as they are. And right now, in this season that we're in, we have an opportunity for how we will experience it. It can either be a season of devastation or it can be a season of invitation. But that's up to us. If we look out in the world and we see blatant, unavoidable abuse, harm to the vulnerable, harm to women, harm to children, all sorts of things. And sometimes the very people who are being harmed going along with it. And we could give up and say, oh, well, there's nothing we could do. We're devastated. But devastation is just the beginning when you have infinite possibilities and access to infinite possibilities and a community of people willing to imagine what's possible with you. And so then we can start asking ourselves, well, what kind of world will we create from a place of possibility if we see this as the invitation that we can choose it to be? And so I'm going to now invite you all to just, if as you feel called, don't hold back. What would you like to see in this world? Just a few people, just if something pops up, what would you like to see in the world that we're creating together? This world of possibility. What's something that you would like to see? Peace, and so it is. Food for all, and so it is. And so it is. Accountability. Justice, and so it is. Safety, and so it is. Harmony, and so it is. Equality, and so it is. More women in leadership, and so it is. More rainbows, and so it is. Love, and so it is. Good health, and so it is. Integrity, and so it is. Respect, and so it is. Rain? Rain, and so it is. Well, I mean, you know, it'd be so awesome if it just went, like, yeah, we did it. Anything else? Less depression, and so it is. Inclusion, and so it is. I was just about to say that. Laughter, and so it is. Passion, and so it is. Or compassion. Both, and so it is. What's that one? Matriarchy. And let's balance that out. And so it is until we get it together. Feeling, healing, and so it is. My aunt, she used to have a license plate that said "be" and it is. And that's what her license plate said. Still says it. And she got that from her tradition in Islam that says that God or Allah says be, and it is. We have that same power within us. We just created a world, but the thing we have to do, we planted the seeds, but now we have to hold on to the process. And what we know, as I was alluding to earlier, that this process of planting seeds, it's the same. If we want to see any fruit of anything, creation shows us how it works. As I said before, I want to tell you the birds and the bees again, but you plant the seed, it grows, it germinates, it starts to take root and to hold on. And then their expansion happens. And it continues to get watered and given everything that it needs, its nourishment. And it expands and it expands and it expands until it gets to, it's time to let it go and release. And even that, when it goes through that release process, that process of release includes two parts. They call it positive and negative feedback. But there's no judgment to positive or negative. It's just the process of pushing out. Just like your breathing has an inhale and an exhale. There's not inhales better and exhales worse or vice versa. It's part of the process of growing, of expanding, of coming into being. So now we're pregnant with this world that we just created together. But do we keep nurturing it? Do we keep nourishing it? Or do we go, let me see, I planted the seed, let me make sure it's still growing, and then dig it back up and, I can't believe you haven't grown yet. What's taking so long? No. We plant it, we commit, we have courage, and we trust. And we just keep on giving it what it needs together. That's how we do this thing. And so when we feel devastated, which I'm not going to lie, I feel devastated, and I also have the playbook of some of the stuff that some of these people are doing, like some of the beliefs they have. I don't really want to call this part out, but I think some of y'all know that some people believe that this wars and things that they're causing is going to accelerate the return of Christ. Have y'all heard that? Some of y'all heard that? People really believe that, not knowing that Christ is already here. When we send the kids out in the morning and we say we see the Christ you are, Christ is already here. When we look at each other, Christ is already here. We don't need an accelerant. It's instantaneous. because you are it. Just like the song you were singing earlier. It's in all of us. We're pregnant with God. But will we give birth to God or Christ or however you articulate it into the world? We're all Mary saying, let it be done to me. Each and every one of us. And just to kind of close it out, for those who have this idea that somehow being, I don't want to be rude, but some people think that being a masculine is like, all these things like that. If we look at Jesus as our teacher, and this is one thing that used to get me in trouble. Like my ex-mother-in-law, I actually tried to encourage her to be a minister because she had everything that seemed like she could be a minister, but the tradition wouldn't allow her. And she would be bothered with me for saying that she should be one. And now I heard she is one, like years later, right? But I used to point out to people that and I'm sure y'all know this, and if you don't know, it's only one or two guesses. Who was the first person that Jesus revealed himself to in the Bible? Was it a man or a woman? A woman. All right. Who was the first one to witness Jesus after the resurrection? Just asking. Okay. When these men wanted to assault this woman, and Jesus stood and protected her with his speaking and his words, and he said, let those who without sin cast the first stone. He was defending who? A woman. And if you look throughout history, and even through the scriptures, everywhere is imprinted the fingerprint of the divine feminine in many, many expressions. But we just don't know it because it's been suppressed, but it hasn't gone anywhere. And this world is pregnant with that possibility in each and every one of us right now. Right now. And it's up to us to give birth to it. Last couple things, I want to make sure I leave you with some information. I love your granddaughter's name, Zoe, as we talked about before. And Zoe means life. And in the Bible, the life that Jesus said he's embodied was Zoe. When he said, I am the life, and it was a feminine energy. It was saying, I embody the Zoe. I embody this feminine life. Whenever you see the word wisdom, it's Sophia, also a feminine energy. Also saying that in the beginning when everything was created, Sophia was there. Always has been here, but we closed our eyes to it. But as you open your eyes to it, as we open our eyes to it, what we take in, we project out into the world. When we receive this awareness and we put it out into the world, we invite in life and wisdom and all these things everywhere we go. And the world needs us to do it right now, not after somebody causes the conditions. You are the condition. You are pregnant with possibility. You're pregnant with the Christ, if that sounds interesting to you. Just kind of wrestle with it. And the world has always been waiting for you, but you're already here. We just have to stop waiting for ourselves and be it now. Say be, and it is. So as I get ready to get down, I just want to invite you just one more time. Let's just say together a few more of those words that what we say we want to see and we will see. Peace, love, harmony, justice, laughter, compassion, and passion. And just say be as in it, and it is. So I'm going to invite you all to say be as it and it is. Be and it is. Be and it is. So it is.
I wrote this song many years ago for the goddess in each of us. It seems fitting for this morning. There's a part at the end that says, it's you and me and everything in between. We can sing that together. Here we go. She always sings about the night. Sometimes you wonder if everything's alright, but the fire of the heart, and all of forever in a brand new start, reclaiming what's always been, writing our days on that wind. These are voices, our voices. It's you and me and everything in between our voices. Here's that part. Let's sing it together. It's you and me and everything in between. It's you and me and everything in between. It's you and me and everything. It's you and me and everything in between. It's you and me and everything in between. It'll come back later. Here we go. Tell her you need her. Tell her you'd really, really love to meet her. Stomping our feet to the music, wine dripping down from the glass, drawing the possibilities, living through lifetimes past. These are voices. There we go. These are our voices. It's you and me and everything in between our voices. These are voices. Each of us has a voice here, yeah. It's you and me and everything in between our voices. Here we go. It's you and me and everything in between. It's you and me and everything in between. You sound good. It's you and me and everything in between. It's you and me and everything in between. Keep singing that, yeah. It's you and me and between our voices. It's you and me and everything in between. You and me and everything in between. You and me and everything in between.
Thanks, Laura. It's great having you back. Thanks, Pedro. You guys want to come up here with me? It's okay. So, survey says you all love this purpose statement still, so let's say it together. We commit to increasing our spiritual awareness, diversifying our community, manifesting our highest potential, and positively impacting the world. You coming up? I think not. Okay, so this is a time in our service where we gratefully receive all your love offerings, your treasure, your donations. We can't do anything here without your support, so we appreciate every dollar that comes our way. We gratefully, the ushers will send our baskets through the sanctuary. So let's say our offertory blessing together. God's love has always met and will always meet all my needs. I give freely, I receive abundantly, and I am grateful. So let's turn around and say hello to our online viewers. We're so glad you're with us or watching later, and our production team as well. Thank you. So we've got some community news, and next week is our reimagining session. I hope you are planning to join us. We want to have as many, you can send the bags through, yeah. Hope we have as many voices here as possible. We want you to be heard. We sent the survey out, and now we want to have this session to discern where do we want to go from here? We're doing so many great things, so many things going well, and what's next for our community? What is next? So Martha Creek will be leading the session via Zoom, but all of you are welcome to join us. We'll be here in the sanctuary. It starts at 1 o'clock, 1 to 3. And if we have some lunches that we can order for you from Jason's Deli. And if you don't want a lunch, if you would please RSVP and let us know that you're coming. We'll have a few printouts of some things and would love to just know that we've got a whole bunch of people, and they're welcome too. And we will have childcare available if you need it. So RSVP. Order Easter tulips. This is the last day. They look beautiful. If you've been here before on Easter, you know that we like to have a bunch of tulips up here on the platform, and then you get to take them home. So you order them in memory of someone or in honor of someone. And Easter choir rehearsals begin on March 22nd. If you want to sing with the choir, no audition is necessary. Just let Ryan know or just show up. But he will send you the music ahead of time if you want to let him know that you want to sing in the choir this Easter. I hear it's a ton of fun, and knowing Ryan, it is a ton of fun. Yes, some of the singers are shaking their head. Yeah, so much fun to sing with Ryan. So join the choir. Holy Week, Palm Sunday. Holy Thursday is obviously on a Thursday, and that is April 2nd. It's a nice, sweet, contemplative service. We're going to do a hand washing, not a foot washing, because hand washing was done for Seder. So it is the Last Supper. It was a Seder, so we'll be doing that. Also, for those of you that are new to it, it's the only service of the year where we do communion. So we'd love to have you join us for that. Next Generation Unity. And if you are between the ages of 18 and 40, please consider joining on the third Tuesday of every month. This is led by Raven Jane, and she is passionate about unity. She's really good at facilitating this, and it will be on March 17th this month. They'll be meeting downstairs in the conference room just to give some support for that age group, to have your own little community and share the things that are important to you. So plan on joining Raven on March 17th this month. Who's our ambassador today? We've got Deb, so she's your answer woman. If you've got any questions, she knows the answer, so just ask her. And also, there's some roses in the lobby. Somebody anonymously donated for any woman that would like to take a rose home in honor of International Women's Day. Just let you know. Who's our prayer chaplains for today? We got Sandy and Duncan, so they'll be on either side of the sanctuary after the service to pray with you. So that's it. Let's bring our Columbine singers back up and sing our closing song and prayer for protection.
May the pool of love we have gathered here spread its wings and fly far and near from the depths of our It's you and me and everything in between. It's you and me and everything in between. It's you and me and everything in between. You and me, our voices. These are our voices. It's you and me and everything in between. You and me and everything in between. It's you and me and everything in between. It's you and me and everything in between.
But that was